Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I would like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar. Today's webinar is with Tycon Systems. Today's host is Seth Ellen, Sales and Marketing Manager. And if you have any questions, please feel free to type them up in the question box, and Seth will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Seth, I'm finished for now. Thank you so much for being with us today, and go ahead and take it over.
Great. Thanks so much, Julie. We're excited to be here with Microcom today. Want to introduce a little bit about Tycon Systems and what we do. We have been in business since 2008. We're located in Bluffdale, Utah, so just south of Salt Lake City. Family-run company owned by Scott and Anita Parsons. We began initially with our wireless, our EasyBridge systems. From there, we expanded to unique DC converters, PoE devices to support wireless networks, as well as remote power options for off-grid solutions using wind and solar. Quick product overview. With our Tycon wireless, we have our EasyBridge and our EasyGo, and we're going to spend the majority of the time on that today. We do have many PoE devices, DC converters, injectors. With all the different manufacturers, we are able to develop many products to work and integrate with the different voltage requirements. We have several different PoE switches, PoE splitters, extenders, and then our Tycon Power brand is our Remote Pro Solar with wind options. Our UPS is our battery backup systems, solar kits, and then our web monitoring and controller. So today, as I mentioned, we're going to talk mostly about our EasyBridge. We saw that there are many options in the market when it comes to point-to-point bridge systems. Not everybody is tech savvy or a guru when it comes to wireless, and so we wanted to provide a product that was both user-friendly but also offered fast speeds over a wireless bridge. The EasyBridge is a true plug-and-play backhaul, allowing up to 100 megabits of real-world throughput. The EasyBridge, we call it plug and play because it comes pre-configured. So installation is very simple. You'll plug in the power cord, the power source, which comes with the devices, mount to the wall or a pole, aim the antennas, and you're ready to go. So you can change the pre-configured settings if you want by logging into the built-in web interface, and then the EasyBridge comes with WEP and WPA encryption, so you can be confident that your information is secure. We have several different models of the EasyBridge. Our EasyBridge Lite it comes in both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. It comes with 2 radios with integrated antennas at 14 dBi for the 2 gig and 16 dBi for the 5 gigahertz, and they are MIMO antennas. You also get 2 24-volt PoE injectors along with mounting brackets to accommodate for pole or wall mounting. Our HD version comes with the same radios, same antenna pattern, but then you also get 2 75-foot cables along with industrial strength heavy-duty PoE injectors with built-in surge protection. Our Ultra version is our heavier duty, or I guess higher power antennas at 18 dBi for 2.4 gigahertz and 22 dBi for the 5 gig. And then you get all the cabling, mounting hardware, and PoE injectors needed to complete your system. Many different applications that we've seen our customers use are, our most common is connecting 2 buildings, going from a warehouse to a main office, or to a storage facility, or just connecting 2 buildings and you want to share the network. You can provide internet access using security cameras, or providing Wi-Fi to an outbuilding like a barn, workshop, any other facility. Maybe you want to get internet to a field for whatever reason, to maybe log in remotely or log in with a cell phone or device, electronic device. Sharing internet with a neighbor. We've had many instances where customers have come to us and wanted to get internet to a neighbor that was, or a family relative that was, a couple miles away or something. So, a lot of applications with just sharing internet. Maybe they weren't able to have cabling, or cabled all the way to that distant house. So that's another good option for this. And then point of sale equipment. So maybe you have handheld devices, you need a scan credit card, or just point of sale devices. You're able to get it to that next location, another site. Many more different applications. Security industry is a growing market. With this, people want to put up security cameras in remote locations. As you can see in this picture, we have one of our Remote Pro solar systems mounted to a light pole. In the enclosure is our battery bank, and then you have the Easy Bridge being able to send that signal, that link back to your main hub so you can do your recording there. Our Easy Go is a way that can be added to our Easy Bridge system so that you can set up multiple devices. So you can have here, you can start with an Easy Bridge and then add Easy Goes. As long as you have line of sight, you're able to go to connect to multiple buildings. So you can tie everything together. Some of the features with the Easy Bridge, as I mentioned before, you have 100 megabits of throughput. We offer it in 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. So there's different features with each, with using 2.4 versus 5 gig. Different accessories that we offer with the Easy Bridge. We have a wall mount bracket. As you can see here, it'll kind of act as a standoff, so you can mount that to a pole or a wall and then mount the Easy Bridge to that bracket. Our Cat5e shielded cable that can be included in that, and then our PoE injectors. And then our TP-DIN monitor. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this as well, because this is a great device to be able to log in remotely and check on your equipment. So this is our TP-DIN monitor. You can remotely monitor up to 4 voltages, 4 currents, and 2 temperatures. Remotely control equipment with 4 relays. So you can log in, set up each relay to act as, list each one. You can use it to start up a generator if you lose power. You can log in to reboot your radios or cameras. You can set up lighting as a relay and be able to turn on, turn off the light. And you can do all this remotely from either your desktop computer or through our app on the phone. The device will automatically send email alerts if, let's say, you set up parameters that you have different temperature range or voltage range. So if voltage drops, you'll get an email sent to you automatically. If temperature spikes, for whatever reason, you can set up these in there. It allows for compound logic as well. So you can set up many different ping controls to allow to do that. The device to the right is our solar controller. It's a 200-watt MPPT solar controller with the TP-DIN monitor software built into it, along with a 7-port PoE switch. So it's a great device that can be used to charge batteries from solar or from AC power, and then it'll also allow that 7-port switch and allow you to log in remotely so that you can make any settings or changes and not have to drive out to the site. So some typical questions that we have for our Easy Bridge. Want to kind of cover that, and then I'll open it up to questions. This is obviously with our Easy Bridge, like I said, there's a lot of different options out there. This is great for end customers, end users that maybe don't know a lot about networking, don't know how to log into a GUI interface and set up, do any of that. So this is a great solution for people who are new to wireless. So there's not a lot to talk about just because it's so simple to use. But we do have staff on hand in the office that answer questions both through live chat, email, or phone support. And then we have staff over the weekend that monitor email as well. So if you have any issues or maybe something gets reset to a default, we have a way to be able to help you and walk you through that. But some common questions. Line of sight, right? So people ask us, what's the difference between the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz, or does it need line of sight? The short answer is yes, but in reality there's so many variables when it comes to line of sight. Anytime that when you increase the frequency, you have typically better throughput, but then not as good a distance or not as good a penetration through foliage or trees or any obstructions. With 802.11n protocol, the throughput has evened out pretty close with the 2.4 and the 5 gig. So you're able to get 100 megabits with either device. But when it comes to the higher frequency, the wavelength is different, and so you absolutely need line of sight when working with 5 gigahertz. 2.4 can be a little bit more forgiving, so you're allowed to maybe have some obstructions, maybe have some maybe trees or something in the way. Obviously, we're not going to be able to shoot through a full forest, but you are able to have some obstructions. So when you're deciding between 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, interference or obstructions will be your number one concern. Do you have clear line of sight? If the answer is yes, then either option would be great. Then the other thing to look at is 2.4 is more common. So you may run into interference with only 3 non-overlapping channels in 2.4 gigahertz. You may need to have another frequency range if you already have traffic in that 2.4 area. So maybe going to 5 gigahertz would be a better option. It's not as common. Usually it's used for those backhauls, and then you have less beam width so that you don't have as much interference opportunities. So that's kind of the deciding factors that we allow people to, that we give them and allow them to choose what's better for your application. People ask us, what about speed reduction at longer distances? The short answer is no. If you have clear line of sight at recommended distances, then you will be able to have the same throughput up to that. And so for our Easy Bridge Lite and HD versions, you have up to 3 miles clear line of sight. With our Ultra 5 gigahertz, you can have up to 4 miles, and our 2.4 gigahertz is up to 8 miles. So you'll be able to have those speeds at those distances. Now, if you do decide to go a little bit further, they will work in most instances, but you may have some reduction in your speed. So you might not have that full 100 megabits. Or if you have some obstructions, you may not get that 100 megabits. But we've seen people push it through foliage at great distances and still have 100 plus megabits. So that's something that you obviously would need to consider when you're selecting which Easy Bridge is best for you. So I'm going to turn it back over to Julie now to see if there are any questions that have been asked. I know it was a short webinar, but like I said, it's very simple to use, very user-friendly. So when you're looking for a quick backhaul, not having to do any configuration, this is a great option for you. So, Julie?
Thank you, Seth, very much for that wonderful presentation, and it looks like I do have some questions for you. I'm going to read off this first one here, and you did speak to this a little bit, but someone here asked, can I add additional Easy
Bridges units?
And if so, will I have the same signal strength?
Okay, great. So yes, you can absolutely add additional units. I brought in Christian just to help answer any questions. He's our main support when it comes to Easy Bridge. So sorry, I was talking to him and letting him know because I have it on a headset and not speaker. I might switch over to speaker if I need. But so the short answer is absolutely. You can add, you can daisy chain Easy Bridges. So if you need to maybe go around some obstructions, you can set up one pair of Easy Bridges, daisy chain to another pair of Easy Bridges, and connect, point A to point B to point C, where you wouldn't be able to go from A to C. So that would be able to connect. And then if you needed to have some multi-point solutions, as long as you are in line of sight with the 2.4 gigahertz and the 5 gig, you're in the range of about 23 to 28 degrees in your beam width. So as long as you're in that area, in that pattern, you're able to add multiple Easy Bridges, and you would just use that Easy Go to connect multiple buildings and use as a point to multi-point solution. You would see reduction because you're sharing throughput between those buildings. So as you're able to have 100 megabits, if you're 2 buildings or 3 buildings or 4 buildings, you would be splitting that throughput with each building.
Thank you, Seth. I've got some more questions here for you. Are the EasyBridge kits and accessories waterproof?
Sorry, one sec. I switched over to speaker so Christian could hear. So you asked if the EasyBridge accessories are waterproof?
Yes, the kits and the accessories.
Okay, great. So the wall mount brackets they're outdoor rated. Our cable is outdoor rated as well and is shielded outdoor rated. So you shouldn't see any interference with that. Our PoE injectors are not waterproof. They would need to be in some sort of enclosure or indoors, and then you can run your Cat5 cable up to 300 feet to plug into your radios.
Excellent, thank you. Next question, are there any licensing requirements to operate the EasyBridge?
No, good question. There are no licensing. We handle all of that in-house. In our factory, we have everything pre-configured. So once you get the units, you don't need to license or anything. That is all covered with the units for the U.S. version.
Thank you very much. Next question, does the EasyBridge kit pair with a Ubiquiti access point?
It does not. This would be it would be proprietary, much like the others. Now, if you were going to use within a network and have running from a switch, sure. But when you're using the point-to-multipoint, let's say you're using a Ubiquiti access point, you wouldn't be able to use the EasyBridge to log into that access point.
Thank you very much. Seth, can you tell us a little bit about where your products are manufactured?
You bet.
All the EasyBridges are manufactured in-house?
So all of our EasyBridges are, a lot of components are coming out of China and Taiwan, but we manufacture and build here in Bluffdale.
Thank you for that. Can you, you touched on this a little bit, can you give us an overview of either your tech support and your customer service support?
Absolutely. So as we're in Utah, we're in Mountain Standard Time. Our offices are open Monday through Thursday. We just switched to a 4-day work week. And so we are Monday through Thursday and we have support on hand from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can call in and jump right on the phone with tech support. They'll be able to walk you through any configurations that need to be changed or any adjustments that need to be made. Typically not a lot of tech support is needed because they're pre-configured. But if something happens, something gets reset, we do have staff that would be able to walk you through it. And during that time, usually from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when we have our live chat available. And so if you go to tyconsystems.com, you're able to get on live chat and be able to talk directly with our EasyBridge support. During the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do have limited support through email. So if there's an emergency, we do have staff that are monitoring emails. If it's something that can wait till Monday, then that's usually what happens. But if it's something where, hey, I'm on site and I need help, typically we do have people that will be able to respond pretty quickly to email.
Excellent. I got a comment here that they're very happy to hear that. Thank you so much. And thank you for answering all those questions, Seth. And I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's webinar. If anyone has any other further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And if you wish to view any of the products shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. Please remember this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so everyone can view it again. Thank you, Seth, again for your time, and thanks everyone for joining today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome. Thank you.